Hi, everybody. This is Barbara Merriton from JoanneSuccess.com, and I have a really fun person with me today. She's Donna Bernstein. She's from with Laughter Yoga, and if you people don't know about it, you don't have to know yoga. You don't have to get into weird, silly positions and with yoga and down dog and all that stuff. But she's a lot of fun, and she'll help, especially in this day and age. She'll help you to change your mood and lighten everything up and just make life a lot easier. So welcome, Donna. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for having me.
I want to start with like just how did you get into this? How did you find Donna laughter yoga and get into it?
Well, I guess for me, it really was a natural. I've always laughed. I think that was my coping mechanism. I don't remember crying much as a girl, but I always laughed. And in fact, in high school, I was known as the girl with the silent laugh. I would go, So, um, so, and then I guess as I progressed in my age and my wisdom, I became the girl with the big hearty laugh. And I was like, ha 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 ha, ha. So I always can make myself laugh. And I guess I felt I never took myself seriously. So I guess if I did, that wouldn't be a good thing. So I've always laughed, and I've been on the spiritual path for a long time. I've been a nutritionist for 35 years, worked with the elderly in the last 20 years, worked with people with special needs, developmentally disabled. And I just love that population. And within all that work, I also became a meditation teacher and a hatha yoga instructor. And I would see so many people who had health problems, and they would follow all these specific diets and these rigid diets. And I would notice that the underlying factor, especially with all these GI problems that we're having and seeing today in really young kids, it was attributed to stress. And so I was really looking for ways to help people to get rid of stress. And just by chance, but I don't believe in coincidences. I think everything's meant to be. I was looking through I think it was like the New York Times or something, and there was just this small article about this Dr. Madhuryan Kantaria from India, and he has this thing called laughter yoga. And I said, wow, that sounds perfect for me. I didn't know what it was. I've never taken a class, but me being me, I just tend to jump right into things. So I went onto the lab, they gave a website, laughteryoga.org, and I went onto the website and I found that there was somebody doing a training on laughter yoga in New York City. And so I just called them and I said, I'm going to join the class. And never again took a laughter yoga class. So in a weekend course, I got my laughter yoga certificate. And I started just doing it. I did laughter yoga at a farm, at senior centers, with friends, whoever I could find. I would get together and laugh. And then most recently, I was visiting. It was like last year. I happened to be visiting a friend who lives in India. And I was going last February, and I said, I've been doing this laughter yoga. I know about it, but Dr. Kataria, he's from India. So let me see. I just said, maybe he's doing it somewhere in India, teacher training. She lives in Bangalore, which there were no Caucasians in Bangalore. But I get onto this website, and lo and behold, Dr. Kataria is doing a teacher training the same week that I'm visiting my friends in Bangalore, 45 minutes from where she lives.
Wow.
It's a week with 34 people from 16 different countries, and we laughed. 16 of those people were from Japan who did not speak a word of English, but we were like best friends at the end. And that's the beauty of laughter yoga. It's universal. Laughter is, I say to people, laughter is not something we learned. Laughter is within us. They say every baby between 2 and 4 months of age starts laughing. So we are laughter, we are joy, but just, as we got older, we learned to suppress our laughter, to suppress our voice, to suppress our silliness. And so I feel like my mission is just to help people to be free. And so that's where I got it. And I just love it. I feel like I found my dharma, my passion, and I love making people laugh as
Well,
well as making myself laugh.
that's so wonderful. Like, what would you say, like, at this time of life where everything is like really difficult and there's so much stress and tension, and I know for myself sometimes, like, I don't want to laugh, I don't want to be happy, and how do you get people to like change their minds and say, yeah, I'm feeling lousy and I don't really want to laugh, but I know that I have to change how I don't want to stay in this place. How do you get people to change and to say, I want to do something that will help?
And this is why I love laughter yoga. Laughter yoga was, as mentioned by Dr. Kataria, and he's a medical physician. So everything that we do is based on science. So although it's silly, and the reality is we're laughing as a practice, not because we're happy, but to make us happy. Because laughter, it increases the happy hormones, the serotonin, the dopamine, it increases our immunity, it decreases inflammation in the body, it lowers blood pressure. There's hundreds and hundreds of studies. So what I tell people is when people say, well, I don't feel like laughter, and I've met people who tell me, I haven't laughed in 5 years. This is even before the coronavirus. I've never laughed. I just can't laugh. And I say, this is a practice. Laughter yoga is a practice like any other practice. And we're doing it for health and happiness, not because we're happy. We're doing it to change the brain. And as we're changing the neural pathways. They're finding now that, and there's so much science behind it, that the brain has neuroplasticity. It's flexible, it can be changed. So we're just changing our brain's habits. And they say, if you want to be a happy person, act like a happy person. And so that's why we do all the movements that we do are to really lighten ourselves up and be joy. And one of the things we do is we do this silly thing, going very good, yay, very good, yay. And when you clap your hands, you're actually stimulating acupressure points in your fingers that kind of activate your body. And this sign, when we raise our hands and say yay, that's actually a symbol all over the world as a source of celebration. We do it at football games, at parties, and anything. So it's actually, when you do this, it's telling the mind, it's tricking the mind that you are happy. And we say you fake it till you make it. So you don't necessarily have to be happy, but once you get, especially when we're live and we're working in a group, we've always heard that laughter is contagious. And people will tell me in classes they've been to, this was a hard day. I forced myself to come to class because I knew it. And thank you, I feel so much better. Mentally, they feel better. Physically, they feel better because this also increases or activates endorphins, which are natural painkillers. So physically, they'll say, my back feels better. I get texts that I'm sleeping better. I get notes that, I thought about you when my sister was ill, and I was just depressed for so long, and I just started laughing. People will tell me at work, when they're having a bad day, they'll just go and start laughing. So I say, just laugh. Just laugh, get rid of the judgment, get rid of the ego, get rid of that self-doubt, and give yourself permission to be really who you are. So it is science.
Yeah, no, I love that you've approached it, or you're as a medical health benefit, because you're right. A lot of people, especially now or whatever, they don't laugh and they don't want to laugh and they want to say, but when it comes to their health, they'll do a lot of things to help themselves. And the way that you described it, it is about health. And if people say, I'm sick, I want to feel better. I don't continue getting sick. And it's a wonderful way to show them that.
Right. Especially, and I say to people, especially now, I mean, we're being protective, but this is a way, when you laugh, you're in the present moment. They say, I think, Lao, the founder of Taoism, he said, if you're depressed, you're living in your past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you're living in the present moment. So when you're laughing and you're doing a deep belly laugh coming from the gut, because that's where it's all about, that's our laughter center, you can't be anything but in the present moment. So I tell people, this is about just choosing happiness. Happiness is a choice, and we have to make an effort in that choice, and our thoughts become our actions. And when you laugh, it's just an immediate stress buster. Meditation is great, but that's very hard for a lot of people to sit. So, but if you just laugh while you're in the shower, doing a singing laugh, doing a silent laugh, just laugh. I say, just laugh and stare in the mirror and do whatever, make funny faces and laugh and be free. And then they say if you laugh or do anything for 30 days, you will laugh a lifetime. So we're changing our habit. And I do bring in the classes a lot of the science, which helps people.
I want to get into a little bit of the one of the exercises that you have. But one more question: why do they call it laughter yoga? Why do they call it?
Perfect. Because really what it is, well, first of all, we're laughing, and it is yoga. People think of yoga as the traditional asana poses, a warrior and a pigeon and all that stuff. But really what yoga means, it means to yoke the mind, the body, and spirit. And first of all, that's what laughter yoga does. It keeps you in the mind, body, and the spirit in the present moment. Also, it's called laughter yoga is because we do what's called a pranayama breath, a deep breathing with an emphasis on exhalation. And that's where the belly, when you do a deep belly laugh, you expel a lot of the toxins, the CO2. You do the exhalation, which brings in more oxygen. So it's all about the breath, and people get very tired. You burn up actually calories when you do this because it is a very energetic practice. So breathing is a huge part of this. Exhaling, more oxygen comes in, and the more oxygen comes in, that's where your immunity gets boosted, the inflammation decreases, you feel more energized, you can think better. This is great for businesses. Before all this started, I had a number of corporations that I was doing programs for, because it's not just about mental health, it's about for physical health too. And that's why I call it a whole body workout.
Well, that sounds great. Now I'd love to try some of it. And
okay.
I know I have tried some of it, and but let's walk me through something, and we can show the audience.
Okay, so first of all, what I do is, you want to have the laughter coming from your belly. So
should I get up? Should I stand up?
You can sit down. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to show it to you. So this way, so you can see my belly. So put your hand on your throat.
Okay.
And just go, ha, 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 ha. Just very lightly, coming from your throat, ha, 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 ha. Okay, this is where most people, they laugh, okay, and they breathe, okay? And actually, when you're breathing and laugh, especially when you're breathing and laughing here, you're stimulating the sympathetic nervous system, which causes you a fight or flight reaction, okay? And that actually induces stress. But when you breathe like babies do from your belly and you laugh from your belly, it activates what's called the parasympathetic system, which causes you to relax, release, and digest. So when we laugh, what we're going to do is put your hands on your belly, and you're going to really breathe and laugh through your belly, a deep belly laugh. So we're going to go,
You keep on laughing.
And then it becomes contagious, and you say, maybe, why am I laughing? And you ask yourself, why am I laughing? I don't know.
It makes you keep on laughing.
And then you might say to yourself, why am I laughing? I know, I'm laughing for health and happiness. And then you want to bring in that childlike playfulness. So we often do this kind of like affirmation to ourselves and to the universe, which we all need it. Very good, yay! Very good, yay! And this actually, as I mentioned before, is tricking the body that you are happy. And then you roll your shoulders back. You stretch you open your heart. They say, you know, if you want to be happy, act like a happy person. So then we also do a chant. And the chanting, ho, ho, ha, 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 actually helps you to emphasize the exhalation. So you can move, or I do a lot of times, I do work with special needs and the elderly. So I love this practice because you can be standing or sitting down. I work with people who have developmentally disabilities, who are paraplegics. I work with people who are active in yoga communities. So you can take it whatever level you want. So the chanting goes like this. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Yay! And it's the ho, ho. It's causing you to exhale. And then afterwards, when you get yourself really moving, we bring it in with a deep inhale. So what we do is we do a number of different exercises just to get you laughing. One of my favorites is the silent laugh that leads into the gradient laugh. So Barbara, do this with me. We're going to start off silently. Pretend like, I don't know, you're in some kind of religious service and you're not allowed to laugh and somebody did something and you thought it was funny. So you start laughing silently. Then you can't help it anymore. Someone increases. You burst out. And you can see you get a workout here.
Yeah.
So what we do is I go through the process in my class of, you know, the science behind it. We do laughter yoga exercises. And then I always end it with a 1-minute meditation. And this is called an active meditation. And basically, and this I recommend for everybody to do at home, you just set a timer and you laugh for a minute. And it can be done anywhere. A lot of times I'll be driving to work. And well, before this, I was driving to work. And, you know, I would laugh in my car, and I would love to do a singing laughter in my car. And I don't know, for some reason, classical music would come in. So I'd be driving and I'd be going, it didn't matter if I was in traffic or whatever it was. I'd go, oh, oh, so it's just being fun and inventive, and you just laugh. And if you laugh for 30 days, you laugh for a lifetime. My favorite, actually, and then because I can go on with this, my favorite is argument laughter. And my friend actually told me that this saved her marriage. Her husband, who tends to be a very angry person and has a short fuse, he would just blow up for the littlest things. So she actually became a laughter yoga leader. And I said, instead of you being upset, tell him that you're going to practice your laughter yoga. And so when he would blow up, she would go, and then he would start going, and then they would both think, and that was the end of the argument, because you can't be angry when you're laughing. And that's Dr. Katari's, really his vision is world peace through laughter, because if we're laughing together, we can't be fighting. And we are, Laughter Yoga University is in 108 countries with thousands of laughter clubs throughout the world. So it's really very special.
Well, it's been amazing. I mean, there's a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, you start out with, I don't want to laugh, but you do a few things and all of a sudden you're laughing.
Exactly.
You're feeling better. And I know one thing that you would talk about, like with your weight, like that you were laughing so much, you're always thin because you're just laughing and getting thin. And
Exactly. But if you see, when you're laughing, you're exercising, and this is also why I love it. You're exercising all your internal organs. And that's why there's studies, I mean, there's hundreds of studies on this, that it helps to lower your blood sugar by increasing the insulin from your pancreas being secreted. It helps to lower blood pressure. It's good for heart disease. It's great for asthma, and it's great for this coronavirus, because what it's doing is it's activating and letting inhale and exhale your lungs and your breathing capacity. And, you know, respiratory issues is a large problem while people are getting so fatally ill. So for asthma, for aches and pains, I mean, there's hundreds of studies. I mean, there's actually laughterologists out there, people who study laughter. And we all heard that laughter is the best medicine. And now there's a lot of scientific proof. And the beauty is that you rely on yourself. You take self-responsibilities. You don't look for humor or jokes or outside, because sometimes outside external environments, it's very hard, especially now, to find things to be happy with. So you look to within. This is your birthright. This is what you were born with, and this is who you are. Your laughter, your joy, your light, your beauty. And that's why I always end my class with namaste, which means the light, the beauty, and the divinity in me recognizes the light, the beauty, and the divinity in you. And to me, that's really what it's all about, this connection that we're all one.
This is so fascinating. And I know, like, you do Zoom laughter yoga once a week, and they can get to you. And then, but if they're not in this area, well, they can do it on Zoom, I guess, at this point. But in their countries, you say there's all around the world that people can find it and study it and be laughter yoga instructors also. So I guess put in Google and just put in laughter yoga, and they can find
all
it.
you do is do laughteryoga.org, and they have a list of people all over the world in the towns that you can put in the town that you live in, and they'll give you laughter leaders in your neighborhood. So all over the world. Plus they have free Skypes where people are laughing from all over the world. It's just a phone call, and for 15 minutes you hear people laughing and you can laugh with them. There's Dr. Kataria has a lot of YouTube videos where you can just look at laughter yoga and they'll come up. He has one laughing alone. On my website, www.donna/laughter.org. Donna, is that what it is? Donna, Donna/laughter.yoga/yoga.org. I have some videos of me laughing alone. So there's tons of stuff out there. They really just need to YouTube and they'll find a lot.
This has been so much fun, Donna. I mean, like, I'm feeling so much lighter and freer, and it's amazing. And I want to thank you so much for being here and for teaching my audience and anyone else that gets on a little bit about it. And especially in this day and age, but even not in this day and age, once this is better, it'll still be so prevalent to do it. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I say you can take your work seriously, and we should take our work seriously, but we shouldn't take ourselves seriously. And just, be blessed. We're perfect the way we are, as imperfect, right?
Right. Perfectly imperfect. Right.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. And everybody, thank you so much for joining me and Donna today. I hope you got a lot out of this, and you were doing some of the exercises with us. And if not, you can just get on YouTube or find it somewhere else and just really start to make this another tool for you to make life better for yourself. So thank you so much, and see you next time.